Hello guys, and here is the next urban news episode. I make these episodes weekly, so subscribe to the channel not to miss the future content. And before we start, of course, I'd like to thank to all my amazing Patreon and not only Patreon supporters. And we start with a real sensation, and this time it is not my fantasy, but a real news story. In Canada, the government of Justin Trudeau has launched a 6-year plan to design a high-speed rail line that will connect Quebec and Toronto. I think Mr. Trudeau just subscribed to my channel, watched the video with the fake news, and was like, really? Why we haven't done this yet? The new rail line will run all-electric trains along 1,000 kilometers of tracks, reaching speeds of up to 300 kilometers per hour, with stops in Toronto, Peterborough, Ottawa, Montreal, Laval, Trois-Rivières, and Quebec City. Unfortunately, fake London was left out, so there is still a space for improvement. Once completed, the new line will take passengers from Montreal to Toronto in 3 hours, about half the time it takes to travel by car and twice the speed of current via rail trains. Funding for the initial development phase will be spread over 6 years starting this year, but it is expected that the design phase may only last 4 to 5 years. Well, that's a great news. We'll keep our fingers crossed and follow the project's development, of course. Meanwhile, a contract for the construction of Manhattan Tunnel has been signed in New York, marking an important step forward to the implementation of the Hudson Tunnel project. Construction of this tunnel segment is expected to begin in the coming months and is planned to be completed by 2029. The project includes construction of a section of the new Hudson Tunnel from the Manhattan bulkhead in the Hudson River to the concrete lining east of 12th Avenue, and it involves the design and construction of approximately 213 meters of twin 9-meter diameter tunnels. The section east of 12th Avenue will serve as a permanent tunnel, while the one between the Manhattan bulkhead and 12th Avenue will be a temporary structure to facilitate future boring operations. The $1.18 billion contract was awarded following a publicly competitive bidding process. City Rail Link, which is developing a new $3.1 billion double-track railway under Auckland Central City in New Zealand, has launched the first test train into the new tunnel. The 3-car electric train traveled along the 3.5-kilometer tunnel section heading south from Waitemata Station through the new Te Waianrotiu and Karanga'ape metro stations to Maugawau Station on Auckland's west-north line. The train was crawling just like a snail at a maximum speed of 5 km per hour while engineers checked the gaps and correct functioning of the power supply and signaling systems. Further tests will take place to ensure that trains can move seamlessly between the new 11-kilometer line and the wider network. These will include brake tests on one of the steepest gradients in New Zealand, recovery procedures, and the start of driver training. Passenger service on the new line is scheduled to begin next year. A new generation of MF-19 metro trains built by Alstom was unveiled in Paris. In total, the city has ordered 147 trains of this model. In recent years, Paris has been actively renewing its fleet of rubber-wheeled trains, but now it's time for the classic metal-wheeled ones. In the coming years, the MF-67, 77 and 88 series trains built in the 1960s, 70s and 80s are to be replaced. Different interior configurations have been developed for individual lines, one comfort and one capacity option to adapt the vehicles to the traffic volume of different lines. The new trains will consist of 20% recycled materials and can be 98% recycled at the end of their service life. Compared to MF-77 trains currently in operation, they will consume about 25% less energy thanks to electrodynamic braking and LED lighting. lighting. The MF-19 is available in 4 and 5 car versions and in 3 lengths: 61, 76 and 77.5 meters. In addition to the driver version, new train is also available with automatic control Go-Way 4 and with the driver's cab. However, none of these steel wheel lines are currently equipped for driverless operation. Meanwhile, Ukrainian city of Dnipro has signed a contract for the supply of 5 new low-floor trams with a local manufacturer, tatra-yug. The price of one 3-section, 27-meter-long tram is 1.7 million euros, and the deal is being financed by a loan from European Investment Bank. Deliveries will start this year, and the trams will be used on Line 1, where track modernization work will be carried out to increase speed and improve safety. And this will be the first low-floor trams in Dnipro to meet all modern inclusivity requirements. Recently, the city has been renewing its tram fleet by purchasing used trams from the European Union, including last year's purchase of 26 Tatra T4 from Leipzig, Germany, at a price of 1,200 euros per wagon. Transport for Greater Manchester plans to enter into a virtual power purchase agreement for the long-term supply of wind and solar energy equivalent to the energy needs of the Metrolink rapid transit network. The planned contract for initial 45,000 megawatt-hours will have an estimated value of £57 million over 15 years, with an option to extend for 5 more years. And this model is expected to be replicated in the future to meet the needs of the bus network, which plans to fully electrify its fleet by 2030 and reach 214,000 megawatt-hours by 2036. And that's all the news for this time. Hope you enjoyed this episode, so thanks for watching and see you in the next episodes.